July 14, 2018, Ekiti shall definitely decide. Various political parties are feeding their candidates for the forthcoming gubernatorial election. And here in Ekiti, we have the big one, the party chairman, the state party chairman of the People's Democratic Party. And he's going to give us an insight into the activities of the PDP-led government of Governor Adele Fayose and what they intend to do during the next dispensation if their candidate emerges as the winner. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you.
What is the name, sir?
I'm Barrister Gboyega Oguntuwase, Chairman, PDP Ekiti State.
All right, sir. Can you give us a brief insight into the activities of your party in Ekiti State?
Well, PDP has been the party in government for the past 3 years, and a party that has relevance to the yearnings of the people, a party that is delivering the dividends of democracy, a party that the governor is already in harmonious relationship with all of the people in all the 16 local governments. A party that has a government that is associated with the masses of the people, with the talakawas of the town. In actual fact, is the Seriki Talaka. I want to tell you, that's the king of the masses. They call him the Fukumole, the king. The man that the Ekiti men and women have trust because they knew him in his first term, and the second term that the people offered him the clear testimony. They are going to make sure that every man and woman in the Ekiti State, they come to realize that PDP is doing what the law. The international market is there, the flyover in the Ekiti State is there, the new governor's lodge is there, the new and of course the best high court complex is there. And again, when you look at local government connections, you have a dualized road between Ekiti and Ikere local government, and 14 out of the 16 local governments already have dualized roads of at least 4 kilometers. So we are touching everything. So in education, we came to meet Ekiti as the 34th in the country. And within 2 years, we have been able to put Ekiti State as the number 1, and our School of Nursing too is topping in the result. So as far as we are concerned, all these things are clear indications that Oshuku and the PDP, they are delivering the dividends of democracy in Ekiti State.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Can you give a brief insight into the manifesto of the PDP in the forthcoming election?
It's so clear. We believe in continuity. And what do we mean? Any man that will take over, and we have said that during primary school, any man that will take over must be a person that believes in the agenda of the PDP. Because the agenda of the PDP presently is relevant to the Ekiti people, and that is why the popularity of the party is waxing stronger every day. So we do not want to settle for anything less. We want somebody who believes in our ideology to transform our education, to transform our infrastructure, to touch the agricultural sector, and to make sure that we have a magnetic policy that will bring the industrialists into Ekiti to invest. And already we have somebody who has been a deputy governor for 3 years, who have been able to understudy the incumbent governor, who has been able to even to control the council in more than, in so many instances. And of course, he has been representing the governor, in the governor's forum. So we have somebody who is not a novice. We have a well-nurtured person. and a firm believer in the doctrine of delivering the dividends of democracy. And we have somebody who is a child of God, an accommodating person, an accessible person, a cool-headed person, a person that we believe is ordained by God.
Thank you very much, sir. But recently, after the primaries of the PDP, one of the candidates that voted for the primary slot, after losing, pulled out and decamped to another party. Does that in any way affect the popularity of the PDP in the state?
Yeah, you see, that has not affected our popularity because he himself did not say the election was not free and fair. The Ekiti people will have supported somebody who has not been able to enjoy justice and fair play. But all those people that participated in the primaries actually confessed with their mouth that the primaries we organized in the Ekiti State is perhaps the freest that we have had in the country. And we are even telling INEC to copy PDP pattern of making an election very transparent and acceptable. So we have told them that, and our primary was so clear, it was so transparent, and everybody in the whole world acknowledged it to be so. Even the man they are talking about that who left our party, on the day of the election, before the counting and sorting out of votes, confessed that the election was excellent. That is using his word. And he said, Governor Okowa, who came as the leadership of the people that came from Abuja to supervise the election, has become a genius and a specialist in organizing Congress and convention. So if he has claimed that, he cannot approbate and reprobate and again turn around and be saying anything stupid about the election.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Regarding the election proper, what is the PDP doing to ensure a violent-free election?
We have been preaching. We have said that we do not believe in violence. And again, when you look at our 3 years in government, we have not recorded any political killing. This is not like, it's unlike what happened under the APC. Under the APC, under Fayemi regime, there was a political killing in Moba local government, there was political killing in Embure local government, there was political killing in Ekiti East local government, there was political killing in Ekiti West, particularly in Nigeria. The mother of the recently removed deputy speaker was murdered in cold blood. And when you look at some other places, you just realize that the kind of violence that happened in the APC under the leadership of Kayode Fayemi, the same person they are representing now, has not happened under us. And when you look at the primary election of both parties, you see that the APC is always prone to violence. And even when you look back at Buhari, when he was looking for government, for power, he was threatening war and he said the whole place will be soaked in blood. So I want to tell you that the APC doctrine involves violence and destruction. And of course, the PDP, and particularly the PDP in the Ekiti State, that I've told you have not recorded any political killing or intimidation, will definitely not encourage any violence during the election. PDP, both at the national and particularly this state, we have always encouraged the youth. When you look at the man we are presenting as gubernatorial candidate, he's just 50 now. His deputy is 39. And again, when you look at our council chairman, 98% of them are below 45. All the vice chairmen, all of them are under 35. About 35 to 37. So, when you look at the councillors, out of the 177, almost 90% of them are below 30. So, as far as we are concerned, we are gender sensitive, again we are age sensitive. But this is without prejudice. With the fact that a man with integrity, who is equally not too old, I'm talking about somebody who's not an octogenarian, yes, sir, and somebody who who doesn't carry the morbid illness, could be allowed. So we are not operating an all-youth exclusive government, but we surely have given access to youth and women. When you look at this government that is outgoing now, the SSG is a woman and a young person. The Commissioner for Works, a woman, a young person. The Commissioner for Women Affairs, a lady and a young woman. And again, when you look at a lot of our senior advisors, of course, most of them, they are women.
All right, sir. What is your advice to Ekiti youths in their behavioral conduct during the election?
Now, generally, my approach is everybody should act and be like a child of God. A child of God does not kill. A child of God does not plan to destroy. A child of God does not want to consume people. You see, and a child of God does not plan to even disrupt lawfully set up structure that is not acting against the constitutional provision. So as far as I'm concerned, all the young people should be law-abiding. They should see themselves as neighbors and brothers. And this, however, without prejudice to the fact that they should be vigilant and stop any youth that may want to disrupt election.
All right, stop any youth that will want to disrupt the election. On a final note, sir, what's your parting words for the Ekiti electorate in general?
Well, so I have always had respect for the electorate. All I would say is that, well, the government, that has been delivering the dividends of democracy must be encouraged by voting them back. A government that you have known to be led by a man you so much trusted, that is Joseph Mole of the Oshogbo Kingdom. That is the same person that you should vote for. A government that you could have a bridge through which you can access government is the kind of party that I want you to vote for. So vote for PDP that is performing, vote for PDP that is known to keep to its promises, and vote against the party that is known to be very discriminatory, to be tribal-oriented, to lack those who lack the capacity to halt kidnapping, to halt the invasion of the herdsmen. Vote against those people who have not been able to keep their promises. Vote against the party that is failing in majority of the vote of the states where they are ruling today. Vote against APC and vote PDP.
Thank you very much, sir. July 14, 2018, Ekiti shall definitely decide. Vote responsibly and say no to violence. See you again.